Forget gurus. Forget anyone claiming to be an online business expert without going through the challenges of entrepreneurship themselves. The Real Money, Real Business podcast is here to prove the best insights in online business comes from your fellow online business builders. We dig into stories of entrepreneurs selling their business on the Empire Flippers marketplace so that you can learn how they made their business profitable, how they overcame obstacles, and what lessons they learned in their online journey. If you want to take your business and your knowledge to the next level, you've come to the right podcast. Let's get started.
Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of the Real Money, Real Business podcast. We record these interviews so potential buyers have more information about the seller and the business to help them make a buying decision. Before we dive in, let's go over a brief summary of this business. It is a subscription and info product business created in January of 2018 in the finance and employment niches. The average monthly revenue for the business is $4,451 and makes an average of $3,458 per month in net profit. The assets included in the sale are domain and all site content and files, course content, which includes videos, course content, and materials currently on the platform, an email list of a little over 5,000 subscribers, NASBA approval, and social media accounts, which are Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram. For everyone listening, you can visit empireflippers.com/marketplace and search for listing 55776 to learn more about the business, or you can unlock this listing as part of your due diligence if you're interested in purchasing this asset. So that's a brief overview of the business for sale. Let's hear from the seller with me today. So welcome to the show, Nate. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Great. Well, I'm looking forward to learning more about you and your business. So to start us off, can you tell us a little bit about your background in building and running online businesses?
Yeah, so this business was started actually before 2018, sort of its predecessor. My wife and I, we started a Microsoft Excel consulting business where we would go in and help companies all across the United States with their Excel models, either automating their Excel spreadsheets, building out financial models, or helping them with their analytics in Excel. And we grew that side business over a number of years. And eventually we started getting into the in-person training space. We had a lot of clients ask us if we could go into their company and train their employees. And one of the largest clients we had were CPA firms. CPAs obviously are in Excel all day, every day. They constantly have new crops of CPAs joining their ranks. So we started to get a lot of outreach from CPA firms requesting if we could go into their company and provide Excel and financial modeling training to them. We did that for a number of years, and we started to get a lot of requests from people after our training saying, hey, do you guys have any more courses online where I could go online and get further education on Excel modeling, financial statement analysis, data analytics, things like that. And after getting many of those requests, we finally said, okay, it's time to actually bring this onto the online platform. And that's when we launched this business. We took our in-person training and we put it into an online platform, into an online format. We also added a bunch of other courses, and now we have 15 courses on our platform at this time. They are all revolved around Excel, financial modeling, financial statement analysis, data analytics, things like that. And they're really geared towards people in the finance and accounting world. Although a lot of people outside of finance and accounting have found our platform useful, most of our customers are in the finance and accounting realm. What sort of makes our platform unique is CPAs, in order to maintain their licenses, they need to get 40 hours of continuing education credits each year. And in order for a company to provide those continuing education credits, CPE credits, they need to be registered with sort of the governing body called NASBA. And our company is registered with NASBA. All of our courses qualify for CPE credits, so it makes it a very unique product within the learning space that accountants can come on, take our courses, get that continuing education credit, and be able to further their careers as well as keep their licenses up to date. So we've been running it for about 3.5 years now, run it as sort of a side business. My wife and I just don't really have the time to turn into a full-time business, but it's been a great business growing, quite a bit organically without any marketing or any type of real push from us.
All right. Well, that sounds amazing. So, with all of that said, and I also looked at your website, by the way, and it looks beautiful. Everything looks like it was built from an actual need, and the business is already there, and where customers are ready to pay you. So, with all that said, why now are you deciding to sell the business?
Yeah, that's a great question. So, my wife, she has a separate business outside of this business that she runs full time. Like I said, this company is a side company for us. And I also work in the private equity world with pretty demanding hours and responsibilities. And we also have four kids under the age of 8. So a lot of time pressure on us, and just one more thing on our plate that we haven't been able to give it the time and attention it really needs to grow. But we see a lot of potential with this business. We see a lot of need for what we're providing. We have a lot of customers asking us for more content, more courses, and people who want to keep growing with the platform, but we just don't have the time and attention. And we think it's time to give it to someone else who can give it the time and attention it needs to grow into what we believe it can grow into.
Yeah, that's often a really solid reason for knowing when to sell. And it's a tough decision to be able to say that the business it's in a good place, but it's not going to grow more without us. So yeah, that's a very attractive acquisition potentially for buyers. So throughout the process of building this business, what did you learn from building that just seemed to work?
What we found is if you can build something that people want, then you don't have to do a ton of marketing to convince people to sign up for your platform. That's really what we've discovered. As we've been building up the platform, we went into a niche where we knew that a lot of people would find this interesting. We create a product that's very differentiated from other products in the market of other people who are providing continuing education credits for accountants. Ours is very unique in our platform. And it's allowed the product to grow completely organically. All of our customers on our platform have found us either through Google search or either through word of mouth, a lot of word of mouth, and people recommend it to their friends and colleagues. The big thing that we've learned is if you create a product where there's a need and it's high quality, it doesn't take a lot to convince people to buy that product. And that's been the big takeaway that we've gotten from this company.
Oh, that's awesome. And was there anything that you tried, maybe a growth strategy outside of that didn't seem to work as well?
Yeah, one thing we did do, we spent some time going to actual CPA conferences, and we just weren't ready to go to those conferences. Our platform just wasn't big enough at that time. We didn't have enough courses. We weren't established enough. And we spent a lot of time and money going to these conferences, trying to get people to sign up when we just really weren't ready. Our company wasn't at the place it needed to be at that time, and just kind of wasted a number of days and a few $1,000s at those conferences when we really didn't need to be there. That's not where we were going to find our customers.
Yeah. Well, some things can only be learned through actually trying them out. So that was just one of the necessary learning opportunities. So it sounds like from that, you very intimately know this customer base just based on you and your wife's experience working with your clients. So for somebody coming into this, a new owner, can you describe the amount and the type of work you would need to do for business maintenance? Is it very technical, or does it require a lot of that area of expertise? Or just go ahead and describe what type of work is involved.
I would say someone with a finance or accounting background would definitely have an advantage buying this company, just because the platform is very focused on people in that world. And if you have that background, you sort of understand the needs and what's required. That's not to say that someone outside of finance or accounting couldn't be successful, but I think it would make it easier if you had that type of background. From a maintenance standpoint, right now we spend maybe 3 to 5 hours a month on the company. That's just answering kind of support emails, which are very, very easy to answer on this platform, very non-technical support emails. Just making sure the website is up and running. It's based on a WordPress platform, so making sure our plugins and everything's up to date, doing bookkeeping, things like that. But someone who does not have a finance accounting background could be successful on the platform, but I would say make it significantly easier if they did have that background.
Yep. Sounds like there are two different answers here. One is for just maintenance if you plan to just keep the business humming along, providing customer support, compared to if you wanted to grow the business and increase the customer base, connect with further with customers that might require or benefit from a bit more of a background in that area.
That's a great way to put it. That's exactly right.
Okay, cool. If you were to keep the business, what are some ways you would try to grow it?
One thing that we would do right away, and this is something that we've been thinking about, we just decided not to do it right before we put this on the market, is to raise prices. We've kept our prices stagnant for probably about 2 years. If you look at other CPE, continuing professional education credit providers out there, our pricing is somewhat in line with theirs, maybe on the lower end side. But the product that we offer is much, much higher end. The other CPE providers out there, you go on their platform, you download a PDF, you read through the PDF, you answer some questions, and that's the course. Or maybe it's a pre-recorded webinar. Whereas ours is an actual online course with high quality videos, content that you're working through along with the instructor in the videos, and much higher quality. And we think raising the price to reflect that higher quality would be easily digestible and needed within the company. And a lot of the people who use our platform, they get this reimbursed through their company anyway. So it's something that could probably be cushioned by that as well. So that's one thing, kind of an easy one, is just to raise prices. Another thing that we've thought about is just working with other accounting bloggers and platforms and doing an affiliate type of program where these people promote our courses and get some type of fee for promoting our platform. There's lots of different avenues. It's increasing the course content, number of courses on the platform, working with small accounting firms, trying to get them on the platform. Lots of avenues to grow the platform for sure.
Got it. And with opportunities, there, of course, are risks. So if you were to name one or some, what do you think are the biggest risks with this business that a buyer should be aware of?
Yeah, probably the biggest risk and probably the most difficult part of growing this will be getting course content up. The whole business is based on having courses. And we've been successful with the 15 courses that we've had on there. We've continued to grow the business despite not adding any new courses in a few years. But adding new courses, it does take time and effort. If you're passionate about creating courses and teaching, it's a great way to add your own courses to the platform. But if you want to go out and acquire courses from other content providers or have them create the courses for you, it definitely takes some time and effort and some legwork to do that. And it's not just an easy flip a switch and you can add 20 other courses on the platform. It's definitely going to take a little bit of work and effort to get those up.
Yep, makes sense. And a few last points here. How much support are you willing to offer buyers?
So one of the keys to this company's success is that approval with NASBA, which is the governing body of these CPEs. We would be willing to stay on for another year and be that point of contact to make sure that it's renewed, that everything goes smoothly there, to teach the new team the standards and walk them through how it works. It's a very easy process each year. It takes maybe 30 minutes to an hour to do that renewal. But we'd be willing to stay on as that point of contact to make sure that that moves smoothly. And also be able to stay on in a consulting type of role to review any future courses to make sure that they, once again, follow those standards to make sure that the courses continue to qualify for CPE credits.
Wow, that's awesome. Yeah, I think a very generous amount of support, and it definitely makes sense for something like this. So that's great to hear. And would you commit to a non-compete?
Yes, we would.
Okay. And are you open to something like an earnout?
Yes, we would be open to an earnout.
Okay. And putting yourself in the shoes of a buyer, why do you think this is a business worth buying?
I think it's a great business to buy if you're looking for a company that has cash flow that's proven, a platform that has been growing 100% organically over the years, but a business that has a lot of potential upside with some more work. My wife and I, we've put not a lot of work at all into growing the business over the last few years, and it's continued to grow despite that. And we really feel that if someone could come in and actually put the time and effort into the business, that it can grow significantly. It's a business that's very unique compared to its competitors, like I mentioned before. And coming in and adding more courses and promoting the business and putting the name out there, there's a lot of upside potential for someone to come in and really make this much larger than it already is.
Nice. And is there anything you'd like to add that you think I might have missed during this interview?
No, I think you covered most of the points.
Awesome. Well, those are some great answers, Nate. So I'm going to wrap this up here. Thank you so much for sharing your story and joining us on today's episode. And I do hope your business is purchased in the near future by the right buyer.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it, Nick.
All right, everyone. Thanks for listening. To learn more and see if this listing has already been sold, head over to empireflippers.com/marketplace and search for listing number 55776. And if you're watching this on YouTube, click the link in the description to go straight to the listing. Once you've unlocked this listing, you'll be given everything you need to know about this business. So until next time, enjoy your digital journey.